And if the truth be told today, the reason why you and I are here where we at is not because we're so intelligent. It's not because we look so good, and we do. But it's because of how great God is. The reason why you have the blessings you have, the reason why you have the house you have, the reason why you're driving what you're driving, living where you're living, eating where you're eating, is because God has been great to you. You know, last month we was in the sermon series called The Grace Factor, and we all know that you're here because of God's grace, but not only because of God's grace, but because of your hustle. I want to give you some background content so you can appreciate the biblical context. I won't be long, but I will be necessary. In the background of Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 and 2, it says this. I want you to see it. It says, if you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all his commands I give you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations on earth. All these blessings will come on you and accompany you if you obey the Lord your God. I want you to notice here in the text, while we're in the background, I'm going to get to the point. But give me a few minutes. I'm taxiing the runway before I take off. Number one, I want you to see this in the text because he said, if you fully obey. What that means is we all have a choice. There is a difference between obeying and following. Obeying is saying yes. Following is actually doing what you said yes to. And sometimes many of us in life will say yes to stuff, but we will never start walking towards or doing the things we say yes to. So I got one question for you today. What is it that God has impressed upon you to do that you said yes to, but you haven't started? Okay, let me bowl down your lane. God told you to go back to school, but you ain't even go see how much tuition is. God told you to get a house, you don't know how much the house costs. God told you to start a business, you haven't even made any kind of investment towards the business or done study on the business. And the problem with the average Christian is we don't have no problem saying yes, but we have a problem doing what we said yes to. He said, if you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow his commands, I give you today. Today means present commands. Present commands. What has God told you today? Not only Bible, but what has God told you presently? I know you read your word and you read stuff in the Bible, but God speaks to us daily through the radio, through TV, through our kids, through our family. And what has God commanded you to do today? What is the present command that God has for you? He said, you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all his commands I give you today. The Lord your God will set you high above all the nations on the earth. Can you say promotion with me?
Promotion.
If you choose to obey and follow, you will be set high above. You will have a promotion. So get this. The way to the top is by obeying and following God. He said all these blessings will come on you and accompany you if you obey the Lord your God. So if you do what he said do, the blessings will come on you and beside you. So you'll have blessings that's specifically for you, and then you'll have ones that go where you go. So I'm about to shout you right now. Please don't shout too loud because you're in the house with somebody else right now. But I want to tell you this. You can't outrun your blessings because God says if you obey me and follow me, I'll have your blessings following you. God says if you do what I say do, I'll have the blessings accompany you. That means you can't run past your blessings. You can't hide from your blessings. You can't shield yourself from your blessings. If you do what God says do, blessings will follow you. That means you'll be walking to get a promotion. You'll be going on the phone and somebody will call you and want to give you money. You'll be on your job and somebody will say, hey, we want to bring you to a supervisory level because he said the blessings will follow you. I told you, won't be long, but I will be necessary. I want to give you a few points that if you want to realize and you want to say today that you started from the bottom and now you're here. If you're obedient to what God told you to do, God will bless these 5 areas. God will bless these 5 areas. Take out your long pens for your short memory. The first area that God will bless in your life, if you follow him, if you do what he says do. I'm not talking about being perfect. I'm talking about having the right heart. I'm not talking about doing everything right. I'm talking about having the right heart. I'm not talking about doing everything correctly. I'm talking about having the right heart.